E3 here, following my unique vibration to the best of my ability. I'll see how much I can share because there's so much pain in my head and in my abdomen from where they cut into the abdomen and transplanted tissue and they cut off. Like this should not be, well, it is as it is, but there should be skull. Beautiful, curvy skull, but it flattens out. And that tissue is from my abdomen. So it's a pretty intense experience. So around a year ago in a private ceremony, one of my teachers and shaman gave me the name E3 at my request for a new name. And then eventually I decided to use it as an affirmation. The name E3 means embodied, empowered, ecstatic. So it's kind of a cool affirmation, but it's helpful to explore. I'm going to write about this a lot, but Spirit told me many years ago, or I got many downloads. So there are three basic minds. What I call the passive machine mind, the active machine mind, and the living mind. So again, there's so much to say, but I'm just going to give a brief description so that way this can help you as well. So the passive machine mind are the thoughts, images, sounds, feelings, and energies that we experience in our consciousness when we are disconnected from our unique vibration. Now, these energies could come from the outside, or they could come from the inside, or both. And there's a lot more to it than that, but that's the basic definition of the passive machine mind. So it's any thoughts, images, sounds, feelings that we're experiencing in our consciousness when we are disconnected from our unique vibration. Or you could say when the passive machine mind is dominating our consciousness, then it's harder to, well, technically we can't connect with our unique vibration if the passive machine mind is filling up the space. You could call the passive machine mind the ego, but for me, the passive machine mind is more useful term. And this is why Spirit gave me these downloads many years ago, and I'm going to write about it when able. So that's the passive machine mind. When we're not voluntarily putting those thoughts, images, or sounds into our consciousness. And I guess also another important aspect is that those thoughts, sounds, images, or feelings are not supportive for our... I'm getting a phone call. Should I take that? No, I'll call back. Those energies are not supportive for our unique vibration. So it's not like every thought, sound, feeling, and image that we don't put into our consciousness is useless. It's all a lot of it has to do with intention, and that's where the passive machine mind comes in. So the passive machine mind is when we deliberately put a thought into our consciousness, or a feeling, or a body movement. It's not just about the mind, but about the body also. Same thing, we could have a passive machine body, where the body is moving and twitching, and we're scratching. Some people bite their nails, or some people, whatever else humans do, that's automatic, that's not serving our unique vibration. So that's the passive machine mind. The active machine mind is when we deliberately think a thought or cultivate a feeling, such as, what's 5 plus 5? Or we deliberately do something that awakens a feeling. And again, there's so much more to talk about, which I will eventually. Okay, so the living mind is when we're feeling our unique vibration, we're in our unique flow state, and then we experience thoughts, feelings, sounds, images, and energies that are in alignment with our unique vibration and our unique flow state. And not only our individual unique vibration and unique flow state, but you could say the unique vibration and the unique flow state, aka God or Great Spirit. So, part of why I'm doing this E3 affirmation, I do it all day long internally. But part of the reason why I'm doing it externally, it's just a practice for me. It's good to have practices. So I'm doing it not because I want to or because I don't want to, but because it's a practice to help me connect with and express from my unique vibration. And then also the other thing is hopefully these videos will help other people. And I think that's the best. If we can connect with and express from our unique vibration, and it can assist others in doing the same, like that's the best feeling in the world, to be ourselves, to help others be themselves, or you could say to love ourselves and to love other people. That's a good thing. So there's lots of pain now, lots of limitations in the 3D. I'm still in the hospital after having head surgery last week. 2 head surgeries in a row, back to back. One to clean out a head infection that got into the bone. So they had to cut out part of the bone, clean out the head infection that was still in the, I don't even know what it's called, the skull cavity or whatever. The next day they cut out abdominal tissue to transplant to that area, which, and they had to like connect a blood vessel into somewhere in my neck so that the skin will stay alive and it will take to the head and it will be like this tissue. So, so the idea with any mantra, I believe, is to help us connect with our unique vibration. If it doesn't help us do that, it's worth exploring why we are doing the mantra. Because any tool can be used consciously, in which case it's part of the active machine mind, or it can be used unconsciously, and then it just becomes another tool for the passive machine mind, even the most enlightening mantra. So I do my best to do this mantra from the active machine mind, and then it awakens the living mind. You could also call the living mind happiness. Okay, so with that being said, I don't have too much more energy to share a lot more because of the pain. May this prayer go out to all beings in all realms, that we may all feel embodied, whatever our body is in, even if it's just you're in a desk, or you're in a rock, or you're in a birdie, or a kitty cat, or you're in a demon body, whatever body you're in, or if you're in an etheric body, or if you don't have a body, whatever body or no body you're in, I'm asking that this prayer can help you feel embodied or disembodied, whatever feels good for you, empowered or disempowered, ecstatic or non-ecstatic, that you could feel the truth of who you are just as you are. Ideally embodied, empowered, and ecstatic, I think, for most people. Okay, so I'm doing this for myself and for others. I am embodied. I am empowered. I am ecstatic. I am embodied. I am empowered. I am ecstatic. I am embodied. I am empowered. I am ecstatic. Just as I am. And may you be as well. E3 here, wishing you well.